Welcome back. The pandemic changed a lot last year, and it's continuing to make changes this year. One of those changes the Jehovah's Witnesses have made this year is to hold their yearly global convention virtual for the second year. Here with us this morning is Robert Hendricks III to explain what people can expect from this convention. Good morning, Robert. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
So every year, this is a huge convention that comes to Toledo. This year, the decision was made to be virtual again. Talk to us about making that call for the second year in a row.
Well, we had to be proactive. You know, since March 20th of last year, 2020, all 13,000 congregations in the United States have been shut down. We haven't held a public meeting at a Kingdom Hall in some 13 months. And so last year, we canceled the convention. We created a virtual convention that went online in 500 languages. And to be proactive, we did that earlier this year, recognizing that when we made the decision, we were in a major wave of the coronavirus. And it didn't seem like it was a safe decision to begin our conventions in May of 2021. Even though we hoped that things would get better.
Now, since the convention was virtual last year, does that make putting it together this year a little bit easier since you're doing it virtually again?
I think so. You know, when you look at last year's convention, we canceled it around this time last year. So it was in the middle of April last year that we canceled it, and we had to record 3 days of content. We had to transcribe those 3 days of content, actually translate them, at first in more than 400 languages, ultimately in 500 languages, get it onto a virtual platform, and really change the paradigm of our brothers and sisters and our attendees around the world. We have some 15 million who attend this convention in 240 lands. So it was a major undertaking in just a few weeks. By July of 2020, we had the virtual convention up for all of us to see unified. And that was really kind of like a modern day miracle. But in planning, now we're able to really look at how we can incorporate the reality of COVID-19 and its restrictions and its isolation into the program. And while much of the content has been produced over time, when we made the decision later in 2020, it was certainly a lot easier than to be able to put something together that will be powerful, that will serve the needs of the world. And our theme this year is powerful by faith. And really, it's perfect at this time when so many have lost faith in their institutions, in even their churches, and we're hoping to make a big impact on the world.
There's another big thing that has also changed with your guys' religion and how it works is you guys haven't been able to go door to door in the last year. Talk to us about that and how it's affected what you guys do.
You know, Jehovah's Witnesses, like everybody else, our families have been affected, right? Many of us have lost income. The isolation has affected us. Some of us have lost loved ones to this deadly virus. Some have been sick. We've dealt with the same issues, but what's most profoundly probably affected all Jehovah's Witnesses is the fact that our public meetings have been held online virtually, and our public ministry was suspended. So that means we weren't going out to the community. Our carts, which were typically in Toledo and in bus stations and airports, going from door to door, visiting our neighbors and giving them free home Bible study. All of that stopped March 20th of 2020. And so that was a major shift for us, every single Jehovah's Witness, because what we do, we witness, we testify. That's in our name, it's in our DNA. And so we had to begin to look at other ways to do that. And immediately we shifted to comforting letters to our neighbors that were really sent to them to comfort them, and also phone calls, making systematic phone calls to our neighbors and communities to bring them comfort and a message of comfort, and directing them to our website and virtual tools on jw.org that is currently in 1,030 languages.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us, Robert, telling us about all of the changes that have been made, not just with the convention, but also with your guys' organization.
Thank you, Callie. Thanks for having us.